Hey, what's going on, everybody? Desir here with our Season 8 debut of Cosmic Crucible. I'm really excited about this season. Some of these rooms look really interesting. They have a lot of Theorycrafting abilities, and it's the first week, so that means that we're going to be able to do a lot of experimenting, see what works, what doesn't work, and kind of go from there. If you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to the channel. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps me out. Today my opponent is Locke, so let's go ahead, check out his TCP, what his defense is, and let's get started. So Locke is about 77 million TCP, I'm about 81 million, so this is going to be a slight punch down. However, we're all on equal footing right now because this is the first day of Cosmic Crucible Season 8, so that means everybody's kind of experimenting. They don't really know what works, what doesn't work. So this is the point of the season I really like because it leaves a lot more theory crafting as far as maybe this will work, maybe this won't. And then the whole community comes together, which is really the best part of this. So let's go ahead, check out the defenses and see what he has going on. So in stage 1, they have the full Gamma team on defense. I haven't really seen them on defense in quite some time. That tells me that they're going to have a lot of things for offense. Stage 2 is the full Spider Society team. Stage 3 is the X-Treme X-Men with Rogue. Stage 4 is the Out of Time with Dorm, and they took out Starbrand for that one. Stage 5 is the full Superior 6 team. And Stage 6 is the full Infinity Watch. So they definitely have a lot of things on offense. So we're going to try to do a little bit of experimenting today. See if certain things worked that we saw from the Cosmic Crucible tournament with the envoys. And maybe a couple things that worked in the past. And see if it still works today. In stage 1, I'm going to use the Tangled Web Eternals Nova into this Gamma team. It is possible that the Vulnerables people are underestimated how much they end up healing the characters. Gamma always has a lot of regens because most people run them as the full healer, so they definitely can have some sustainability to them. So I'm going to test this out, see how this goes. 2099 will be going first this matchup. I'm going to target She-Hulk and use the ultimate, that way we can get a vulnerable on her early. Spider Weaver's up, I'm going to use the ultimate on She-Hulk as well, that way we can put the trauma stun on her now. The ISO attack does end up killing her, so that's a pretty good sign already. Icarus is up, I'm just going to use the ultimate, get that turn rewind going on them. Nova's up, I'm just going to use the special on Red Hulk, that does get the stun on him as well now. And now the Hulk kind of popped off a little bit, he's back up to about half health. I use Cersei's ultimate, that does another turn meter rewind. I'm going to target the Brawn and use 2099 special to get the ability block on him. I'm going to target the Hulk, use the special, that way we can call in extra attacks. That does take out the Hulk and the Brawn. Cersei uses the special on the Abomination, and Weaver basics into Red Hulk. Very easy matchup still. For stage 2, I'm going to test out the new warriors with Lizard into the Spider Society team. During that Cosmic Crucible tournament, this did end up working on there. Previously, new warriors kind of got demolished by the Spider Society team, so we're going to see if this does work, just like it did on the test server during that tournament. So right away, the Spider-Man warrior will be going first. He does the ultimate into the Gwenpool, and unfortunately, those buffs are phantom buffs for the evades. So right off the bat, this is telling me this isn't going to work. The Lizard, I use the ultimate into the Penny. Gwen pulls up, I'm going to use the special as well into Penny. I want to try to take her out first because she is the majority of the damage. Firestar, I'm going to use the ultimate into the Spider-Man Noir. Death pulls up, I'm going to spread those negative effects by using the special, and I'm going to target the Noir for that as well. So that does do turn meter rewind to them. Cloak is up, I'm going to use the ultimate, I'm going to target the Peter B. Parker. And here the Spider-Man put Beatrice rebound chaining between Gwenpool and Cloak. so that's not a good sign either. Gwenpool, I do the ultimate. So I did get 1 life off the Spider-Man Noir, however, the Spider Society team started to make their rebound. Gwenpool is gone, and they are now targeting down the Firestar and the Cloak, which definitely is not good for me. So I only have 3 charges on Deathpool, so I can't do the insta-kill. I'm still going to use the ultimate, though, on the Penny, so I can take that evade away. Now Lizard's going to use the special as well into Penny. I could have let her bleed out, but I don't want to risk that happening, where she'd end up surviving. Cloak is back up. I'm going to use the special into Ghost Spider. Here, I should have gone more towards the Pavitra or Peter B. Parker. However, the healing from Peter B. Parker is too much, so that's why I went for Ghost Spider, because of that heal block that she had on her. So now it's just Deathpool and Lizard into the 4 remaining members. So this counter looks like it doesn't work. I'm not sure if it's because of the Spider-Man Noir, depending on who he targets off the bat. However, the Pavitra, using those vulnerables on spawn, taking away those evades, definitely tells me this isn't a good counter. For the cleanup, I'm going to use Dark, Cold, and Dying combination. So I have Agatha, Morgan with the 3-piece Undying. The goal here is basically just to have them hit each other and basically bleed out because of the room rules. The Spider-Man Noir starts the match off. He does the special into the Zombie Juggernaut, and Zombie Juggernaut follows that up by doing the special into the Spider Society team. That ends up putting slow on all of them. Spider-Man Pavitra goes, and unfortunately I lose the Zombie Juggernaut there. Morgan is up. I use the ultimate and I stay targeted on the Peter B. Parker. Agatha also does the ultimate into the Peter B. Parker. Greg is up. I just end up attacking the Peter B. Parker so I can get the heal block on him. I'm now going to spread those negative effects with Hela by doing the ultimate. And there you can already see that they're starting to attack each other. So that's kind of the main goal of this. I want them to hit each other and kill each other. Zombie Iron Man's up. I use the special into the Spider-Man Pavitra. Greg again does the basic into Peter B. Parker. Ghost Spider ends up taking him out herself. Morgan's back up. I use the special, so I remove all the turn meter rewind from them. And I end up using the basic into the Spider-Man Pavitra. Agatha does the special into Ghost Spider. I do end up getting the stun on her, luckily. Now I'm going to turn my attention to the Spider-Man Noir and use Hela's special. Zombie Iron Man's up. I'm going to use the ultimate here. And Greg ends up taking care of the Spider-Man Noir. Morgan and Agatha just do the basics into Ghost Spider, and that ends up taking care of her. For stage 3, I just wanted to play a little bit safe here. So instead of just using the full Masters of Evil, I'm adding Apocalypse in here. I didn't really see a use for him in one of the other rooms, so I'm just going to throw him here and make sure I get that one shot. Titania goes first in this matchup. I'm going to target Forge and do the ultimate, that way we can get the ability block on him. Kang is up next. I'm going to use the special into Forge, and I'm going to get that double tap on him. So that did end up putting the reflex of on Rogue, so I'm just going to use Moonstone's ultimate there. So I got the stun on her, and I got a turn meter rewind on the Nightcrawler. Absorb Man is up. I'm going to use the special into the Rogue. That did end up getting the offense down on her and Nightcrawler. That was the main use for that. Kang, I do the ultimate. That gets rid of the Sunspot and the Forge. The ISO attack does end up taking care of the Rogue. Titania specials into Nightcrawler to take him out. And Apocalypse finishes off with the ultimate and the Falcon Punch on Gambit. For stage 4, I wanted to see how the Superior 6 with Vulture and Black Knight does on here, because I do have Black Knight on offense for this round, so I wanted to see how this would work. The Dorm does kind of scare me a bit on this because of those revives, so I have to be careful on this matchup. Because of all the heroes on the other side of the field, Vulture will be going first. I used the special to try to flip some of those positive effects. I did get rid of the taunt, however, he still has the immunity and a couple other buffs on there. The Green Goblin Classic, I'm going to use the ultimate, that is a nice turn meter rewind. For Kraven, I'm going to target the Cosmic Ghost Rider and do the special. I want to make sure to get the ability block on him. Doc Ock is up, I'm going to use the special to summon out the Shocker on the field. Black Knight's up, I'm going to use the special on Dorm. The main reason for that is I need to make sure to kill him before he does the special on me to do the trauma stun and start flipping my buffs around. And here we're basically having a Black Knight duel. He used his specials and ultimate. My ultimate is coming up, so I will be using that as well. Shocker's up, I'm going to use the special, I'm going to try to get that offense up on a couple of my characters. The Black Knight, I'm going to use the ultimate into the Captain America. That did get rid of Cosmic Ghost Rider, however, I wasn't able to take care of the Black Knight with that hit. Shocker, I'm going to use the ultimate to do a nice turn meter rewind. Doc Ock, I do the ultimate, that takes 1 life off of Captain America. It looks like I'm not able to do a one-shot on this, so I want to try to make sure to do as much damage as I can, so I want to try taking that Black Knight out before I end up wiping. The Green Goblin Classic's up, I'm going to use the special into Black Knight. That does get 1 life off of him. I think in hindsight, I should have gone either for like a Peggy or Captain America to make it a little bit easier, but the cleanup is still going to be very easy on this one. For the cleanup in here, I'm just using a bunch of leftover characters after I did all my hits. So you have Archangel, Red Hulk, Spider-Man Big Time, Vahl, and Shang-Chi. Spider-Man Big Time's going to go first in here. I'm going to use the ultimate on Black Knight to try to flip those positive effects, and I did. Red Hulk does the special for turn meter rewind into Captain America. Archangel does the special as well into Captain America. Vahl is up, I'm going to use the special into Captain America because the taunt is there, and I was able to kill Peggy, so I get an Archangel rewind. Shang-Chi does the ultimate into Black Knight. Again, another turn meter rewind from Archangel. Shang-Chi does the special into Black Knight. Archangel does the ultimate, and this is a really easy cleanup. I don't really have to worry about as many retaliates on here, so I'm just going to start burning my abilities and take this match out. For the full Superior 6 team, I'm going to use the Cabal with Black Cat to try to remove those revive onces, and I put in Doom in here to see if I can get him to pop off, maybe have somebody go for the ride, and see if I can take this team out in one shot. So right off the bat, the revive onces that got removed, I got them off of Lizard, Doc Ock, and Green Goblin Classic. They still stay on the Kraven and the Spider Slayer. Lizard does the ultimate, and then Green Goblin Classic does the ultimate because I do have that Black Cat with me. Doom was able to get pushed, and it looks like Namor's going to be going for the ride on this. I'm going to just do all my hits on the Lizard because he does have the taunt on there. However, I did do the bot blow up a little bit early because I lost track of what turn he was on because of the counterattack taking him out. Namor's up, I'm going to use the ultimate. And that calls the assistant. Now I'm going to use the special from Namor and that does take care of the lizard with the ISO attack. I'm now going to target down the Green Goblin Classic. I want to try to kill him. However, you do have to be mindful of Kraven and Spider Slayer because they both do have permakills on them. And right here, the Spider Slayer does do the ultimate on Namor, and he did get permakilled unfortunately. I wasn't too big of a fan of that. I wish he would have targeted Doom. Iron Patriot's up. I'm going to use the special, and that does get the trauma on several of the characters. However, Green Goblin Classic, it didn't go on him. Leader's back up. I'm going to use the special on Green Goblin Classic. That calls all the assistant, and I do end up getting the kill on him. I'm now going to turn my attention, try to take Kraven out, because he's kind of the next biggest threat, I feel. The Spider Slayer doing the special did take care of the Black Cat, so now it's just down to Iron Patriot and Leader against Kraven, Spider Slayer, Doc Ock, and the summon of Shocker. Leader's up. I'm going to use the ultimate on Kraven. And that did end up doing the permakill to Spider Slayer. The ISO attack also took care of Kraven. Now I'm feeling a whole lot better. This matchup was very dicey. I don't know if I would have brought Doom. I think bringing a different villain along would have helped. The big thing is because of Lizard being here, having him go first definitely hurt this matchup. Last season, Pegasus was a really good counter into the Infinity Watch. It was pretty reliable, but the efficiency really wasn't there. I want to see if that was still going to be the case on this season, with the Infinity Watch being in Stage 6. This is a really good room for Infinity Watch because they're going to be able to do their ult on turn 1, plus spread in all those positive effects that they have. So let's see how this one turns out. So just like the previous seasons, the Infinity Watch is going to do their opening barrage on me. However, there's going to be a twist on this one. Because of all the ults that they're going to be able to do on turn 1, that definitely changes the dynamic. Adam Warlock doing the ultimate right there. He ended up hitting Kestrel and Rescue. Those are the two possibly worst characters that he could have hit for me. Kestrel being able to do the pings and what she does right off the bat. Rescue as far as being able to do the flips and really keep the team alive. So I'm still at the mercy of the Infinity Watch until now. Ironheart, I end up doing the ultimate. I do take some of the evades off, but he still had that safeguard and everything on the other side. Darkhawk, I'm going to use the ultimate here. That does a little bit of a turn rewind to them, and I get defense up, and I start spreading some positive effects. Iron Man Infinity War as well, I do the ultimate, and I do have a defense down out there now, so I can start getting some pings from Kestrel. However, they're starting to really focus down the Iron Man Infinity War right here, and that could be a problem if I can't bring them back. Kestrel finally has her first turn because of that stun on turn 1, so I used the special because I can't really use the ult because of that safeguard on there. The Ironheart as well, I do the special onto her. I get the ping from Kestrel. Rescue ended up doing the ultimate right there. I think I should have used the special, knowing now that I lose the Iron Man Infinity War. Moondragon does the special right here and takes all our positive effects away, and you can see how this is not going well. This is 2 minutes into the matchup, and I'm kind of at the mercy of them. I do end up taking the Philo Vel out there, but now they're starting to focus down the Kestrel for me. And right there, Kestrel ends up bleeding out, so I'm now without Iron Man Infinity War and Kestrel, and Rescue's in a bad position as well. So I'm just going to do as much damage as I can, that way the cleanup isn't going to be as bad. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play out, and then we're going to see what I do for the cleanup after this. So for the cleanup, I'm just going to use the War Dogs on here. I think that the War Dogs can still go for the one shot if you want to go for that budget counter. So let's go ahead and see how the cleanup does for this and kind of determine how that ends up looking. So this should be a very easy cleanup. For Nakia, I'm just going to start by doing the ultimate into the Gamora. And that's going to spread some of those positive effects over to Okoye and Black Panther. Black Panther 1 mil is up. I'm going to use the ultimate on Moondragon. I want to try to take her out next. And again, that's going to spread those positive effects over to Shuri and Okoye. Okoye, I just do the special. Black Panther, I do the special as well. And Shuri, I do the special. I'm just going to try to get that energy. And this is going to be a very easy cleanup now. All I have left is Nebula and a very injured Moondragon. And now it's just down 5v1. So we can see that this is a very good cleanup option. I think this can still do the one shot because of the room rules. You just want to try to take down Moondragon first and then Vahl after that, just to make sure you don't get your buffs peeled away. My opponent finally finished attacking, and they did it right at the buzzer, so I did end up winning this one. I got a 48,934, my opponent got a 40,226, so they didn't end up clearing a room, and they had a lot of dropped attacks. Let's go ahead, check out the defenses, see how they end up doing. In stage 1, I got a 8366. This was a pretty good hit. It was overkill, however, it did get me pretty good efficiency. Looking back, I think I could have used some of these pieces on that Infinity Watch, now knowing that the Pegasus does not work on them in stage 6. Stage 2, I got a 7949. We were able to discover that the New Warriors Lizard does not work on this, especially if Spider-Man Noir is there. I'm pretty sure it's mainly because of that Pavitra and his passive as well. I did the cleanup. The cleanup did very well for me based on the bleeds and having them kind of attack each other. For stage 3, I got an 8363. I think the Apocalypse might have been a little bit overkill on here. I think the full Masters of Evil could have done the job. However, I have seen Masters of Evil fail if you end up playing it incorrectly, so just beware on that. Stage 4 was another dropped attack for me. I got a 7951. The out of time with Dorm and having the Black Knight in there definitely throws a kink into the plans. So I do think in the future, a safer bet would be sacking this, then coming in with the team that I used, or just trying to find a different team. We're still experimenting right now. For stage 5, I got an 8347. This one almost failed on me. I think having Doom replaced with somebody else would end up doing this fight much better, or taking the Black Cat out. I wanted to see how this would end up doing, but because that Lizard was there, it definitely caused issues. If Lizard was not here, I think this would have done just fine. For stage 6, I got a 7958. This is where we discovered that the Pegasus is not a sure thing into the Infinity Watch in 6. The War Dogs is probably the safer bet if you have them built up as far as like going for the one shot or kind of doing the big time Eternals Tangled Web type of combo. That should do just well here as well. As for my defense, in stage 1 I ran the out of time with Dorm. They used the 2-piece Tangled Web Secret Defenders Nova. They end up getting 8365, so it's a pretty good hit into this. The Black Cat being able to remove the revive onces definitely made a big play into this. For stage 2, they really struggled into my marks for money with Robbie. They initially tried the New Warriors with Old Man Logan, that failed. They then used Darkhold with Old Man Logan. They were able to take out the Robbie. The New Warriors, the full team, ended up taking out Dakin, but they still ended up failing. So they only got 10 points on this one. The Robbie going right off the bat, getting all the speed up, it definitely made a big impact, I think. I do like this version better than the Spider-Man Noir if you end up doing what I did, which was just use the Robbie on defense and the rest of the Secret Defenders for offense. For stage 3, they struggled on this one as well. It's my Extreme X-Men with Rogue. They initially went in with Masters of Evil Doom, they backed out, went back in, and they killed everybody besides Gambit and Nightcrawler. I'm guessing they got their ults off and basically cleared the way. They then went in with a cleanup of A-Force Quicksilver. This ended up getting them a 75-56. For stage 4, they used Hive Mind Super Scroll into my Spider Society team, and it's the full Spider Society, so I didn't end up subbing anyone out on this go around. This got them at 83-68, so it was a pretty good efficiency score, and I'm pretty happy this ended up pulling that Super Scroll because they couldn't use that elsewhere. Stage 5 was another dropped attack. They tried the Cabal with Vulture and Omega Red into my Hive Mind Super Scroll team. That didn't work for them, so they end up going in with Cabal, with Vulture, and Apocalypse, and this ended up getting them a 79-68. So again, I'm pretty happy with this pull. It did end up taking the Cabal and Apocalypse both, so that's 2 teams now, where it kind of combined 2 superpowers. And for stage 6, this is where I had my Infinity Watch with Quicksilver. They end up dropping that attack with Pegasus as well, so they tried the same thing I did. However, I had the Quicksilver version. They end up going back in for a cleanup with the Undying Eternals. This got them a 79-59. So as far as first impressions goes for the season, there's definitely a lot of theory crafting. Stage 5 and 6 look very interesting. Spider Society is very strong like they were last season, even without the raid bonuses. Merch for Money look insane. I really think having them in stage 6 is going to be very painful for people. I am going to test that out on my round 3 matchup. I have something else I'm testing out for my round 2 right now. So I'm still doing a lot of testing for defenses, so we're going to see how things start to evolve as the season goes on. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.